Good evening. I am your host, Atto Bolden, and welcome to my video diary of the Soca Warriors' journey to Bahrain. Most of you have seen the game and its aftermath, but now I want you to see what happens leading up to a game of this magnitude. The fans, the sights, the sounds, and the fun. Tonight, you get to go behind the scenes of this historic event, an event that's once in a lifetime. Okay, so here we are, ready to depart Piaco for Bahrain. But let's make sure we have everyone first. Dennis Lawrence and Marvin Andrews, okay. Avery John, Otis Whitley, okay, they're here. Shaka Hislop, Carlos Edwards, right, they're here. Ian Cox, Cornell Glenn, they're both here, okay. We need a goalie. That's right, can't forget about the goalie. Kelvin Jack, Chris Burchall. Alright, you guys are here. Kenwin Jones. Who's next to Kenwin? Jason Scotland. Right? And we have Russell Latapy, Dwight York, Stern John, Brent Sancho, Clayton Ince, Sid Gray, Denzel Theobald, Silvio Span, Scott Seeley, Coach Ben Hacker, and of course, President George Maxwell Richards and his wife. So that's who's in first class and business class. But who's in the back? Who's in the back? Everybody else is in the back. Minister Franklin Khan, Hazley Crawford, Anthony Harford, Neil Giuseppe, Colin Murray, Omar Khan, Anil Roberts, Jack Warner, all the media, the Live Until Rhythm section, the Woodbrook Playboys, they're all in the back. Now you'll notice I said Mr. Jack Warner. The man is smart, huh? He knows that on this 13.5-hour flight to Bahrain, the real party, the true first class, is in the back where we are. So we decide to have some guests rally the troops. Everyone will say how they feel heading to Bahrain, and then we will sing Ole. Simple enough, right? Well, when you are consuming this many beverages at 38,000 feet, you would want to keep it simple. But here's what some of them had to say.
Well, gentlemen, just let me say how happy I am to be amongst the company of such great footballers and citizens of our great country. I think the performance yesterday was great. I'm glad to see that the mood among the players is right up there, because with that state of mind, victory is ours.
In a gathering where we have Mr. Philip, Hunter Boland, Hazley Crawford, it's not an ordinary gathering, ladies and gentlemen. And as such, as the only two Jamaicans on board, I really want to say, I say, we have 1.5 Jamaicans on board. But I say, we are going to be rooting for Trinidad and Tobago. We did it, you can do it, you have the energy, and we will do it together. Ole! 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 We have a lot of energy. Okay? And I firmly believe that we have skill. Everybody knows we have skill. But when love, skill, and energy gets together, my friends, expect a miracle. So let's drink.
Sport is something that the youth of our country can identify with. And this is what we want, because of the youth getting so much into crime and all these things. Sport is what sport and education are the two things that
You know, some people felt after the game last evening that, you know, everybody was disappointed because the team did not perform as well as they should have. But as someone who was a professional athlete for a long time, I know myself that having a poor performance only means that you're more motivated to have a great performance. And the attitude of the supporters as well as the team going into this match in Bahrain come Wednesday is, we cannot do anything about what happened in Trinidad. It was not the best performance by this team. However, we know that this team is capable of going to Bahrain and winning. Okay, we're here with Mr. Austin Jack Warner. We're about 3.5 hours from touching down in Bahrain. Now, we know you have been to Bahrain before. For those of us like myself who have never been to Bahrain, what is the first thing you could tell me about that country?
The country's hospitality is superb. You will see on arrival at the airport, they'll pick you up in limousine, in cars, in BMWs, in Benzes, and get a VIP lounge. They will take you to the hotel with the minimum amount of delay. In fact, customs and immigration, as far as we are concerned, do exist. And they'll take you to your hotel, and there you will see equally the level of hospitality and kindness. I assure you that this party, this team we have here, will be absolutely surprised about what they have seen.
Okay, now I know this has been a real labor of love for you in terms of the support of this team. There's been much reported in the press about how much of your own personal, obviously time, but money as well, has been given to this team. What kind of mind frame are you in now in terms of, here we are 3.5 hours from touchdown, three days and change from what is, I mean, this is the end, this is it.
Yes.
What is your mentality now? I mean, are you relaxed? Are you apprehensive? Are you anxious? How you feel?
I am a bit anxious, a bit apprehensive. If not, I'll be lying to you. But having said so, I am confident that our country's fortunes will change in 90 minutes time, 90 minutes on the field. And when you play Bahrain on Wednesday, I feel very sanguine, very optimistic that we shall succeed and overcome them and qualify. I see the players, I spoke with them a while ago, I see blood in their eyes. I understand their passion. Even the spectators here on the plane understand how they feel. And in some ways, I want to thank them for having kept the faith. And all I ask the country to do on Wednesday is to keep the faith. We shall be in Germany in 2006.
Now, on the subject of keeping the faith, there were a lot of people who were, of course, disappointed. They felt like at home, with that kind of support, that the team should have played better. We should have come away with the win. What was your perspective, not just from an administrative standpoint, but as a fan? What did you feel about the effort put forth for the game, the home leg against Bahrain for us?
I too, like the country, was disappointed, more so when they scored. But I was consoled by the fact that we equalized. And I feel that the country's support played a large part in that, and particularly in Bochel's shot, which is by far the best goal that has been scored in all the games played yesterday worldwide. And therefore I believe that all we have to do is to go to Bahrain and to replicate what we did against Mexico, which we can do, because Bahrain is not Mexico, and we can do that on Wednesday. I remain convinced.
And you're not, is there any doubt in your mind in terms of people felt as though we played down to Bahrain because, as you said, Bahrain was not the team that we were. So you have any concerns about a letdown on Wednesday?
No, after what we did, we fell in the trap of allowing Bahrain to dictate the game for us in Trinidad. What we must do now is go there and let them understand that we can now dictate the game for them. And from day one, our team, our players, must dictate the pace for Bahrain. That's all. They delayed, they vacillated, they dilly-dallied to take a throw, to take a kick and so on. They came to waste time to get a draw 0-0. They got a draw 1-1, which is in their favor. But we must go there and very early dictate the pace for them. And I'm quite sure we will do this. I'm quite sure we can.
Well, Mr. Warner, on behalf of the country and as someone who has
been in the field of sports for quite some time. I want to thank you, despite what has been said in the past, good or bad. I certainly believe that you are somebody who has the interests of the country at heart, and I want to thank you on behalf of the national sporting community for all that you have done, regardless of what happens, and we wish the team the very best.
I thank you. I repeat, I remain a fully committed national of Trinidad and Tobago. I will put my money where my mouth is. I'll put my commitment. I've dedicated my life to the sport because I believe that sport, and also football, is the only thing that can unify your country and can heal the country as a whole. And if for no other reason, as the President said earlier on this evening, for no other reason, I must use my resources to help to achieve this through sport.
Thanks again.
Thank you very much, man.
So, 13 and a half hours later, we are finally here in Bahrain. Now, I hear people complain all the time about Piarco. Too many forms to fill out, and of course, $100 TT departure tax when you're leaving. But guess what? It could be a lot worse. At Bahrain International, they don't want any forms whatsoever. They just want $42 US for your visa to enter. And everyone had to come up with it. Well, almost everyone. If you had a diplomatic passport like I did, then you were exempt. So I got off easy on this one. But you know, Trinis, we haven't been on Bahraini soil a good 20 minutes. But let's go and see what they're selling over there now. Shopping time, though, was over. Because when we come back, it's football time.